G'day everyone, Jackson here. Welcome back to the daily endeavours for the 28th of January. We've got a 15 steel 2k gold set for each. As always, there will be timestamps in the description if you want to fast track to a specific one here. Laundering items at fences, mining veins of ore, reviving a fallen player, consumables, master Writ, and a keep and Cyrodiil. This is not the best set I've ever seen. These two are relatively straightforward. This one sounds easy on paper, but I think it's going to be a lot harder for some people than it looks. Consumables, master Writ. These are easy as long as you've got level 50 in Alchemy or Provisioning. Unfortunately, enchanting doesn't count as a consumables master Writ for fucking God knows reasons. So yeah, this one could be easy, but also could be impossible. Like the way it works. And then a keep and Cyrodiil. This could be quick, but very unreliable, I find. So these two here, I'll talk about the two that you can do relatively simply. So laundering items at fences. I've got 3 suggestions for you as to where you want to go for this. The easiest one to reach is Bright Steel Armory in Vocal Guard. You sell this way, Sean. Everyone's seen this place to death, I'd imagine. You come to Bright Steel, and there's weapon racks in here full of stuff. And this stuff here, you can steal it and launder it. So what you do is you go into the corner, make sure this guy's not close enough to see you. If he does move around and spots you, you can just do the same thing, move around and just make sure you're not spotted. And then there's a lot of stuff in here. You've got these daggers on this bench here, you've got these weapons on these racks, so you can just go into this corner to make sure he doesn't see you. Those weapons there, those weapons there, these weapons, you've got these weapons, you've got these weapons. So you've got lots of stuff there you can launder. You've got other things in other places, but aside from Bright Steel, these rooms are quite cramped, and the NPCs in them tend to see you quite easily, so I try to avoid those. I'll show you the other base game one that I like to use. Alright, second place is in Shadowfen, the capital, Stormhold. So getting to Stormhold, if you haven't been here already, quickest way here without travelling yourself is to go to the Boatswain, talk to Felvis Roram and get him to take you to Deshaan and then to Stormhold. Yeah, Stormhold, sorry. And what you're looking for is, there's this tent here. So you got these 3 here are all good, but I prefer using this one on the left. So go stealth in this section here. This guy never turns around to look at you, so you can just take this stuff on the bench here.
Clearly, you are a very scary person. I'm not going to interfere with you.
So fun fact, you can try and talk to him, and if you're a vampire, he will speak to you, but he still won't see you steal his stuff. So it's a bit weird. So yeah, got enough stuff there. So now we can go to one of the Outlaws refuges. You just got to find one of these icons. Every city has one. Sorry, I should be more clear. Every sort of main city in the zone has one. So Stormhold has one. Demon's Watch has one. So like Ebonheart doesn't have one, for example. It's only the main city of each zone. Right, so in the actual places, you're just looking for this icon here, the fences. Just talk to one of them. Now, the important thing here is not to sell any of this stuff yet. Go to Launder first, and then do it. So, go the cheapest stuff first, I'd say. And then if you go to... Well, obviously you are spending money, but you're not losing money. So go to the merchant nearby, and everything that you've just laundered, you can just sell to him straight back. So rock climbing gear will sell that. The Shadow Spun gloves as well, and the wood steel daggers. So everything we laundered, just you can just sell back, and so you don't lose any money by doing this. And I mean, you get 2k gold anyway, so it's worth it anyway. But yeah, this is all like, you won't have to worry about losing money. The only issue would be that if you've gone and like if you hit the max order limit anyway, you would have done this anyway, so that's not a problem. Okay. So I'll show you the third option, which is it's a DLC related one. Requires Necrom, but it's definitely the best option of the 3. In Necrom City, it's on the far northeastern side. You start with the Wayshrine nearby, so you want to come to the northern end and go through the door here. Keep in mind there is a fence right there, so it's important for this. You come out here, there's urns all over the place, and all these urns give you stuff. So this, oh wow, I got a blue item, how about that? So all these urns have things, and these can all be laundered as well. So there's no guards in here, they won't spot you while you're doing this stuff. So you can literally just go through and just go on a mass stealing spree. All these urns in here, and nobody's going to stop you. So once you've got everything that you need, you just go back through the Outlaws Refuge, and where that fence was that we just saw, you just go up and sell all this stuff to them. Oh, sorry, not sell. You launder it. Alright, next up, Rivetite ore. Or mining veins ore. So I'm going to direct you to take a look at this. I'll put the link to this in the description. This is the list of all the different ores you can get. And if you click on them, it gives you a picture of what they look like. So when you're out in the wilderness looking for iron ore or whatever ores you're looking for, you'll be able to take a look at what they look like. Now, each one depends on two things. Firstly, your character's level, and secondly, the level of your blacksmithing passive. This one, metalworking. So this affects... So it's a 50% chance to spawn based on your character's level, and a 50% chance to spawn based on your metalworking level. So if your metalworking is, for example, say 5, it is you'll get, if you're max level, so you'll get 50% chance between Rivetite ore and Ebony ore. So it depends on you. So my advice is, if you've got a character with 10 out of 10 metalworking and max level, you only get Rivetite that drops. And Rivetite is really easy to spot in pretty much any environment. Because you saw that, you look at it, it's just this bright blood red color, and it's just easy to spot from pretty much anywhere. So that's my suggestion there. I'd say look through Craglorn, because this zone is fucking huge and just has so many nodes. But if you're on American Prime Time, everybody else is probably going to have the same idea, so just keep that in mind. But this zone is definitely the most lucrative, because not only do you get Rivetite, you also get some trait stones called Nurcrox. There's the Fortified, which is the armor one, and then there's the Potent, which is the weapon one. So these drop from any of the 4 sort of natural resource nodes in Craglorn. So metal ore nodes, the Jury Seam nodes, these ones here. These don't count as a vein of ore, by the way, just so you're aware. They're still worth getting, because Jury Seams are quite expensive. And same thing with Ancestor Silk. So they all have a small chance to drop Nurcrox, which can sell for a ton, but they only drop those in Craglorn. So you'll probably see a lot of people use Craglorn for their farming, because there is no zone better than this one as far as like making money goes. So do keep that in mind if you do want to get more than just the Endeavors out, because you really can make a ton of money from finding ores around here. So if you're wondering what shows all these locations, this is another add-on you probably want to get. So this is Harvest Map. This one here. So any ore node that you find, it will save it into the sort of map database, and from that point on, as long as the add-on doesn't fucking break, which it does every now and then, all of the locations will persist, and so when you're going through next, you'll be able to just see it'll show up nearby when you're near it. God, useless. So yeah, when you're close enough, you can just check those areas, and if you're lucky, you might find something. So yeah, my suggestion is, yeah, definitely Craglorn as your #1 option. If not, the old zones, these ones here, I find these to be better for finding ores. Orsinium's pretty good. The starter zones I find to also be really good. I find them to be quite dense with resources. The major zones are usually pretty good, but yeah, definitely Craglorn if you can stomach it. Craglorn is the best. Getting here is a bit of a pain in the ass. Try and find someone with the house in Craglorn. Now with home tours, what I would suggest you do, if you do want to get to Craglorn easily, what you should do is go, don't worry about this stuff, just go down and find Earth Tier Cavern. So travel to one of these, and what will happen is when you leave through the main door, it will take you out here, It'll unlock this way shrine, and you'll have access to Kraglin from that point permanently. So that's a really easy way to get to Kraglin if you need to. Alright, so surveys. If you do writs, blacksmithing writs, and you get a blacksmithing survey from them, you can use these because they have 6 nodes, and so that's more than 5. So you can get this one done instantly with a single survey. Just one caveat to this though. If you don't have any surveys left, if it's your last one, I would advise you hold on to it, because there are some endeavors that will ask you to do a survey. So in this case, if you don't have a survey to do this, it will be slower, but if you don't have a survey to do the survey endeavor, you are fucked. So I would advise, I mean, endeavors are no more than 15 seals, so you're not really wasting it if you use it now, as opposed to just not, I guess. But yeah, I'll leave that up to you. I would say just hold on to it though, because yeah, finding 5 veins of ore doesn't usually take that long. Right, now that the 2 easier options are done, I would go through the ones that will be more painful. So if you have level 50 in alchemy or provisioning, try and do a Consumables Master Writ, because this one, unlike these two, probably doesn't require or is dependent on the interactions of players. So you can do it solo. That's the main attraction to this one. So Master Writs, you can find these either from doing writs yourself, these things here. None of these count as a consumable Master Writ though, which is fucking annoying. So you go Consumables, Master Writ, and you either go... you just go Master Writ, right? And we go... Provisioning Writ. Yeah, so you got these ones here. So here's the main issue though. You will be paying quite a bit of gold to get one of these, more than the gold that you're going to make back. So that is a problem. You can also go sealed alchemy writs, and I prefer doing alchemy writs because you don't need the recipe to do these, whereas for the sealed provisioning writs, you need to know the specific recipe of that food, and that requires you to go and find and most likely buy that recipe yourself, unless you've fucking been playing ages and got basically everything. Now, something I do want to try is I have a Witches' Festival writ, which requires me to make quite an easy recipe, and that's considered a food, so, or it's a provisioning recipe. So I'm just going to test if this works. Fucking expensive ass alchemy reagent or something to make. Yeah, because you're not sending them to Rollis. No, they don't work. That sucks. Cosplay, nothing. Alright, so that didn't work. Back to the drawing board. Alright, so biggest issue is, as you can see here, it's fucking expensive. But if you basically just want to skip player interaction, you can just use these. So yeah, you just buy one of these. I guarantee all these ones though, the cheap ones are going to require like Columbine or some shit. So in that case, if you've got the recipes to make these provisioning ones, I would say these are going to be better most of the time. Fuck, unless it's Sigil Ambrosia. God damn it. Oh, they all fucking... Okay, here we go. Jugged Rabbit in Preserves. That one's pretty easy. That's a blue one that requires fuck all. Alright, so we'll do that one. Yeah, definitely, if you can use provisioning, I would say it's better. Because most of the time, the cheapest alchemy options are, like, they require fucking Columbine and shit. It's just really annoying. Or it's like that, it's like that meme of, fucking Tiger Dude, or whatever his name is, where he's like, I will never financially recover from this meme. Yeah, so we use our writ. Go to quick fire. You'll have to craft it yourself. I just have a add-on that does it for me. Right, hand that into the lad there, and we're done. So that's that one. Now, the quickest. So you can find that's the guy you got to speak to, Rollis Lalu, for any master at hand in. You can find him in any of the 3 major cities, but I prefer using Mornhorn Deshan because you can get this house here. So no matter where you are right now, you can use this or this way shrine, which is like right next to him, to travel to him quickly. Because yeah, sometimes you'll be going to guild halls to do this sort of thing, and from a guild hall you can just travel directly to Flaming Nyx with the Lex Grey. It's a couple of $1,000 to buy, but it's a good investment usually if you want to do a lot of master writs in the future. But yeah, I mean, other than that, the way shrine's fucking right there. Like, look at that. Alright, so now we've got reviving a fallen player. So as I said before, this one seems really easy on paper, but there's a couple of things that can make it a pain in the ass. So I've just got my other account here just to show how something works. So I'm just going to get into a duel with myself. Oh yeah, I just need to... Okay, so the biggest issue I usually have with this is if you res them from here, you don't get the completion of the endeavor from doing that. So you see the resurrection pending. So if that goes away, it doesn't count. So even if you successfully offer to res someone, it doesn't count. So sometimes you'll go to res people and either they'll disconnect, or in this case, I'll decline and use Way Shrine. And yeah, it doesn't count. That's one of the biggest annoyances I have with this one. Is just the fact that it's entirely up to the other player. If they decide they don't want your res, that's it. You don't get shit for this one. So I'll explain what I would suggest you do to get this one done as conveniently or as reliably as possible. So go into Zone and go into your guilds as well. Guilds is really good for this because I guarantee there'll be other people wanting to do the same thing. Just type in, hey, does anyone want to trade resurrections for the endeavor? And what you do is you go into a duel, as we did before. So I'll just go into a duel. And now I'll res them. Whoever that player is should take the res, and you'll get it done. And then, when they fully heal up, they invite you to another duel. Okay. And now, they'll res you. And you just press E, or whatever accept is, and that's it. So they get the resurrection endeavor for them. So it's like a quid pro quo. You help them, they help you. And then you can just go about your day, and you don't have to worry about it from then. Otherwise, you can join trials, try and resurrect someone in that. You can do world bosses, but you try and follow people around if they're fighting stuff. But it's like, you're never really going to guarantee, one, that someone dies in front of you. You know, you could chase, like, do dragons or Herostorm stuff too. And two, that they're going to accept your res, because while you're resing, a lot of the time I find that when you're resing somebody, like when you're in the middle of it, they will consume their soul gem and res on the spot, and like you'll be halfway through and you're just like, oh well, fuck, I just wasted my time then. That can happen a lot too. So I just think this one is actually way more annoying than it seems, trying to do it naturally. So I would just advise you, ask around, get someone to just do this with you. So just kill them, or have them kill you, res, do the opposite, kill them, res, and then just go about your day. I think that's just a good way to do it. And I fucking guarantee other people will want to do the same thing, so you can just look around. Now, you can do a proper duel if you want, but if you want to do it as fast as possible, just have both kill each other very quickly, and that's it. Alright, so I know I've already completed all these, but I'll just explain capturing a keep in Cyrodiil. So I think this is the worst option because, well, not because capturing a keep is impossible on your own. It is doable, but one, it takes ages on your own, and two, all it takes is for one player to just rock up and they know how to do PvP and just stop you. So it's easy to fail this one on your own, and I mean, it's easy to fail this one in a group. Because in that case, you're just kind of relying on the other people to do their job too. Relying on there not being ball groups and shit to stop you. I'll just go through quickly what I would just the basics of getting through a keep, right? So you got the front door and you got walls. So the idea is you smash through the front, the like outer section. You've got the gates, and then you've got the walls on the side. You push through them. You defeat all the guards around, you stop these guards here, or you kill these guards, you push through this gate, and then you get into the keep itself. In order to take a keep directly, you need to kill the guards on these flags, sit here, take the flags, and there's 2 flags. There's that one there, and then there's this one here. So beating all these guards, this is a bit more of a pain because you've got all these guards here as well. So on your own, this bit's quite intense, especially in no CP where the guards are a bit stronger. So yeah, you just sit on the flag, and eventually they'll turn from the enemy's flag to yours. On your own, I believe it takes about 2 minutes-ish, maybe between 3 to 1.5. I'm not too sure. I don't usually count it. And then you've got to do the same thing at the other one. The more players on a flag, the faster it goes. So that's why I say being in a group is good, because a group can take these things quite fast. The main annoying bit, the bit that takes so long usually, you need some siege. So let me go through some good siege options that can get you through these big solid bits here. So each keep, if you need to get some siege, each keep has a quartermaster. You can also find these... Oh, God damn it, I always fucking come out of here. You can find the quartermasters in the gates as well. So every faction has 2 gates. These are like areas that your enemy can't take, so you always got a spot that you can get siege and stuff. So these siege merchants, they sell a bunch of shit. The things that you want for actually taking a keep yourself are not firebolt ballistas, though these might be good for shooting enemies inside the keep when you open the doors. But the things that are actually going to break the walls and break the doors, there's 2 main things. So you've got, well, 3 maybe. Stone trebuchets, really good from hammering walls from a distance. You've got the regular ballistas, which are really good. These deal like pretty good damage to both walls and doors to like smash them quickly. I'm pretty sure they do more damage per second to walls than stone trebuchets, especially when you stack a bunch of them right next to you. So the sort of main attractiveness to ballistas is when you put them on the ground, you can stack them quite close together. So the idea is you shoot them all of a bunch of ballistas really close to each other to the door. And unlike trebuchets, well, trebuchets take ages to reload, so you can shoot many trebuchets at once, but you can't stack trebuchets that closely to each other as you can with ballistas. So you can get about 3 ballistas shooting quite easily at a time, and just shoot one at a time as each one reloads, and you can just cycle through. Or I guess you can also, at the same time, you can also use a battering ram. This is kind of going to be the main door smashing one. They only work on doors, you can't use them on walls, but if you want to smash through a door as fast as possible, battering ram is the way to go. The only thing is, it's probably the most vulnerable thing as well, because of enemies using oils. So if the keep is being protected by players, might not be a good idea to use a battering ram, unless it's like a bowl group who can just fucking heal through all the flaming oil anyway. But for the general public, you probably don't want to use a battering ram if they're using flaming oils, because you're just going to get fucking melted alive by all the oils that they can put on you. So in that case, you're probably going to want to hit it with regular ballistas, and especially the stone trebuchets. The attractiveness of the stone trebuchets over things like ballistas is you can shoot these things from much further away. Kind of, if you pick a good spot, for example, like these elevated sections over here, you could find a good spot to hit the wall at a point in which the enemy's trebuchets can actually hit you back. You can actually... There's even ways to... Like, if you shoot a trebuchet from up here... let me test that out. So, like, say you're trying to take this keep. You could chuck a trebuchet up here and get a good vantage point to this wall here. So you look at that, you can just hit the edge of the keep from there. So that's not a perfect example, but you can do stuff like that. And if you find really high up locations, for example, some resource towers, like this one here, in the right circumstances against specific keeps, you can shoot it from the top of the tower all the way to the wall. And what will actually happen is the projectile from the siege weapon will actually disappear, but it will still hit the wall and actually damage it. So there are some ways in PvP to sort of cheese sieging a wall where people can't actually hit it, because the projectiles don't actually make the explosion sounds, but they'll still damage the wall and you'll flag it. Oh shit, they're fucking taking some. Interesting. So yeah. And then when you get into the courtyard, you do the same thing with this door here, but again, there'll be people with flaming oils trying to hit you from above. So maybe if it's defended, you want to use ballistas in the courtyard and hit the door that way. And then yeah, you just want to push in. You can use like fire ballistas or catapults to hit the guards in here, and while they're busy trying to fight players, you can kill them that way, or you can just go in and usually fight them yourself. Usually a couple of players is all it takes to kill keep guards, but it's just that the amount of time it takes. As soon as one part of the outer wall hits 50% health, so if any of these walls out here hit 50% health, the keep will look... Oh, God damn it. I mean, this one's probably going to get flagged soon anyway, but if any of the walls get flagged, this will show like an under attack icon, and people will know that it's under attack. So usually some people will probably investigate and try and protect it if they can. Not always, but most of the time they do. So usually if you take a keep, especially a keep compared to resources, expect players to rock up and try and defend it. So yeah, that's the main issue. Like it's unreliable. Like sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. I mean, that's the nature of PvP. It's why it's so exciting, the unpredictability. But as far as a reliable endeavor to do quickly, this ain't it. But I mean, nothing else here really is anyway, so... if you want any more help with that sort of thing, let me know. I'm not the best when it comes to PvP, but you know, I do have some basic knowledge at least. And I'm sure there are other things you can look up to take keeps better, and you know, there's lots of builds for PvP that you can look up to be able to fight well. But yeah, basically just stick with a group, get the right siege for the job. Just understand you can also buy this stuff from guild stores. For example, this oh, what? Oh yeah, it's yeah. So this stuff here, you can see someone's listed a couple of these on guild stores. You can like these ballistas you can also buy for really cheap as well. So you can buy these on guild stores. You don't need to buy them with AP all the time. But yeah, you will need gold anyway, so yeah. Spending gold to make gold, I don't know. I've spent enough time talking about this. I'll leave the stuff up to you and just ask me if you need help from this point. Okay. Daily's done. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. I'll see you next time. And take care.